Guys, back with another video for you today, announcing the drop of another mystery box. This is mystery box 7. It just got dropped to past customers of the website. If you've bought a regular Scent Club kit or a mystery box, then you would have gotten an email if you selected, to be notified or to be on the subscription list. And we dropped these to you guys yesterday, first come, first serve. And I believe there was a gift with purchase for the first few that purchased their mystery boxes yesterday. But in this video, I'm going to tell you about the fragrances without telling you what the notes breakdowns are and also the names of the fragrances or the brands. There's 21 fragrances in the latest mystery box, number 7, and I'm going to let you know what they are coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Sebastian, talking to you about the latest mystery box. Did you get yours yet? We will run out of this kit right away. I think by the time this video airs, there won't be a lot left, because these things sell out really fast. And it's a fun collection of fragrances. I had a great time putting this kit together. But yeah, 21 different samples. Fragrances from various niche houses, all unisex. There are some that lean uber masculine. There are some that lean feminine. But these are all unisex offerings. So if you're someone that wears unisex fragrances, definitely check out these mystery boxes. And again, if you haven't bought yours, get yours today, right away, because we don't ever have any of these left over. They go pretty fast. So again, as I said, I'm not going to tell you the names of the fragrances. I'm not going to tell you the names of the brands. I'm not even going to tell you the notes breakdowns. I'm just going to basically tell you what I'm smelling after I spray the strips. So this fragrance is full of spices, aromatic notes, woods, and some floral notes, but it's covered up in a lot of sexy ambroxan. Super ambroxan forward, but the ambroxan in this one doesn't come off very sharp. It's not metallic. I mean, at least to my nose, it's not. Again, we smell things differently. It's smoothed over to me, but you will really pick up the ambroxan in this one, and I find it to be super sexy. It's a nice balance of spices. There's spices in here, and there's also aromatics, like herbal notes. There's also lots of woods and grassy notes, and a bit of floral touch. I think that one's going to be popular. It's not a brand that's readily available in the States yet, but hopefully after, getting out there and you guys end up checking out the fragrances, you might end up liking it. But this next one, I'm going to say it is a fragrance focused on pistachio, but it's a pistachio fragrance that's fruity. So it's a gourmand in the end. It's a full-on gourmand, but it does have musky notes. Of course, it has nutty notes in addition to the pistachio. And the pistachio is there, but I wouldn't call this super pistachio forward. I don't think it's about the pistachio, but it's about what's happening with the pistachio, because the fruits do come in, nutty notes come in, boozy notes come in as well, and creamy notes comes in as well. So I would say it's a fruity, nutty gourmand, but it's quite delicious. I think you're going to like that one. We do have quite a few gourmands in this collection, and we've got a nice variety, but gourmands seem to be very, very popular lately. And this one's a nutty, chocolatey gourmand, and it smells more like you're imagine if you're a baker, like you're baking something or creating, cooking desserts, and you've got all your ingredients laid out in little cups, the right amount. You're going to put them in a bowl and mix them, kind of a thing, and you get a fragrance, all of those things. Or maybe after you've poured them all into a bowl and you're getting nutty notes, then the chocolate, maybe doughy notes and things like that. Even boozy notes, because you'll have a bit of rum or something that you're throwing in there. But it's a lot of coffee. Even though it's quite chocolatey, I get a little bit of coffee in here, and I'm not sure if they're really claiming that there's a coffee type of note. But for me, when I'm sampling it and also wearing it, there's a slight coffee edge with that one, which is quite intoxicating. So it creates this very gourmand, chocolate, nutty, boozy notes, milky notes as well, but with a bit of a coffee edge. So this next fragrance I think is quite popular. It's an amber with spices and smoky touches, and there's some slight green elements running throughout it as well. But I think it's perfectly done. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's smoky, it's vanillic, it's resinous. It's super, super delicious. I think this is so, so yummy. I mean, it's sweet and it's a sweet fragrance, but it's contrasted with a lot of these notes that are like killing the sweetness of the sweet notes, kind of a thing. It's balancing it out. I think that is so delicious. You guys are gonna like it. But moving on to another fragrance created by a very famous perfumer. I'm saying that because this perfumer is very famous. It's an unusual fragrance because it has very unusual notes, but it turns out to be this watery, fruity, spicy thing, but also maybe utilizing some more Asian type of notes because it has rice. I'm giving you some clues. It has some fruity notes. It does have a bit of almost like you've gotten fruits that are frozen and you're, like scooped up fruits, like a fruit sorbet or something. And the smell comes off a bit fruity like that because there's a cold factor about the fragrance. There's a coldness about it. So like frozen fruit, like a sorbet, but really intense fruity flavors, maybe like watermelon, yuzu, or citruses and things like that. I think it's really great. Really fun fragrance. I'm glad to have that. It's a brand new house. You probably haven't even heard about it. This next fragrance is uber masculine. So if you're into more masculine offerings, I think this one's going to be satisfactory. It's got a nice blend of fresh and warm spices, but also some other notes, green notes, leathery notes. It's uber spicy. There's a sexy factor about this one. It's lots of woods. There's the spices that are in here, but there's spices that I really enjoy. Like one of the spices in here is coriander seeds, and I'm obsessed with this spice because the seeds, not the actual herb, smells so fantastic. Absolutely love it. But there's also cardamom here. I'm giving you some clues, but there's a major greenness about this and also leather. Really great fragrance. I'm so happy with the collection of fragrances I've compiled for you guys this time. I think you're going to find some really great new offerings. A lot of the fragrances are brand new. All right, this next one is breakfast. Breakfast in a bottle. Now, how do you like that idea for a fragrance? Not the savory breakfast types. This is more of the sweet breakfast type, but it's so over the top gourmand here. It's buttery, because there's butter on this. There's chocolate, there's sugary notes, there's nutty notes. There's even, resins and ambery notes in here, vanilla notes, but full on uber gourmand. I know there's going to be quite a few gourmands in this collection, but there are some other unique type of fragrances. Like this next one is a flashback fragrance. I think it's a brand that's been around for decades, but it's a niche house. At one time, it used to be considered a designer. It's under new ownership right now. But this fragrance is a perfect summer fragrance. It's like summer in a bottle, basically, at the beach. Maybe you're in the French Riviera. It does remind me a little bit of something like Dior's, oh God, what's the name of the Dior? The marine kind of minerally kind of fragrance, Eden Rock. It reminds me of that a little bit, but more kind of creamy, almost coconutty concoction with that kind of minerally kind of effect or marine aquatic effect. Really, really great. At one time, I had a very challenging time with these marine notes. I think my nose gets used to it. Even, I don't know if I've mentioned this, I think, now that I think about it, I hated cilantro for a long time. It was more about the taste and the smell of cilantro. That's why I always say I enjoyed the coriander seeds, which are the seeds of the cilantro, more. But now I'm used to it. I could have it. I love Mexican food or Asian food as well. But this next fragrance is a musky gourmand. So I would say this has some gourmand notes mixed in with a very popular musky note that's prominent. And I'm not talking about ambroxan or anything like that. Ambrox or Cetalox or anything like that. This is more about musk, like the real musk that's created from ingredients, and it's meshed with gourmand notes, but there's also some floral notes in here as well, woods and earthy notes. I think you might be familiar with this once you see the name, and you'll be like, oh wow, that I remember. Now they have that. So this next fragrance is a boozy gourmand, guys. And oh man, the booziness in this is so super delicious. I absolutely love it. There's definitely rum in here and gourmand notes. It comes off a bit sticky. It comes off a bit sugary. But along the way, there's musky notes, woods, chocolatey, cocoa, spices, vanilla, of course. It's quite delicious. Really, really yummy. Super delicious. I think this one is definitely one I really like because it's sweet, but it's not overdosed with too much sweetness. And that booziness kind of cuts through as well. And there's a bit of patchouli in there as well that kind of cuts through all the gourmand boozy notes. I absolutely love that one. But this next one, I've spoken about this one quite a bit. It's a new take on an aromatic fragrance, and the way it's done, it's superb. I have a feeling these styles of fragrances are making a comeback, but in a very modern way. But this also has fruity notes. This has a lot of aromatics, as I said. There's creamy woody notes, earthy notes, grassy notes, spices. Oh boy, this is gonna be perfect for summer, I think. Summer in a bottle. It does lean a bit masculine on that one, definitely, but I think it'll satisfy. But this next one is a minerally, metallic, aquatic fragrance that is a bit reminiscent of one of the very popular fragrances out there. It has ambergris. Yeah, it has mineral notes, but it's very metallic, and it's like ice cold. That metallic effect is creating an ice cold wear, which I think will be perfect for the summertime. So this next fragrance is it's mostly a freshie, but in the dry down, it does warm up a bit. But it's chock full of so many citruses, like a variety, a cornucopia or a bouquet of citrus fruits, along with neroli, which is basically the orange flower. And then you've got all these, aromatic notes and spices. And then there's some warmth under there. There's vanillic notes and amber and things like that. So it'll remind you of some popular styles, like Neroli Portofino might come to mind, but Neroli Portofino doesn't warm up too much, so this does warm up quite a bit. There's a bit of a leatheriness when it's drying down as well, but it's super creamy and smooth. I think that's going to satisfy a lot of people that enjoy citrusy fragrances in the warmer months. But again, with that one, it is pretty heavy fragrance. Use caution because it does warm up, especially since it has warmer notes in the dry down, the amber and the leather. But this next fragrance, oh man, it's a tobacco. It's a bit reminiscent of Tobacco Vanille, but different in the sense that there's these very zingy notes in this. Oh man, I love that zingy note. And it's got honey as well. So it creates this like a very, it's almost like honey butter. There's a major buttery consistency in this, but overdosed with honey. And it's a tobacco fragrance in the end. So it acts like this like creamy tobacco honey butter. Ooh, it's so good. So super sexy. It might remind you of a very popular fragrance, but we'll see once you get it and sample it and, come back and let me know your thoughts. But this next one, oh man, this is another long-standing fragrance. I wanted to feature it because it's a great one. It's a tea fragrance in the end, and so cozy, so cozy, super cozy. It's basically tea with citruses and some floral notes, but nicely balanced. Super elegant, and I think it's a perfect spring fragrance as well, the kind of notes that are in here. And it makes for a great wear. It's not anything super potent, beast mode or anything, but the way it's blended, I absolutely really love. I think it smells fantastic, and the blending of the fragrances just is an amazing wear. There's that whole comforting tea vibe, but it's freshened up with the citruses and also the floral notes in this. Yummy. All right, 6 more fragrances. This next one, I think, personally, it's brand spanking new, and it's going to be a hit. Super hit. It's another gourmand, but I don't want to give too much clues on it. It's just made perfectly. Once again, it has honey, but I wouldn't call this as honeyed as that previous one with the butter tobacco kind of a thing. This is honey with a lot of nutty notes, but it is absolutely delicious. It's like mixing all these kind of like creamy nutty notes together with honey, and then you're getting whiffs of it while you're mixing the ingredients together. It's just a perfect gourmand. Very super cozy, very creamy, delicious. And then this next one, there's a lot of hype around this. This is a brand new house that just launched, and there's a lot of hype around this house. And this one is a whiskied, dark, smoky gourmand. There are chocolatey touches, there's coffee touches, but the whiskey is quite prominent, and it becomes smoky and ambery when it's drying down. Ooh. It's a bit more edgy and dark. It's not your traditional gourmand. And this next one, I feel like when it first launched, this one's a few years back. I was like another rose oud, but I actually wore it before I started shooting. It actually really, really smells great. It's a rose oud vanilla combo with ambery notes and spices. And it's super smooth. Their amber is super creamy and it doesn't come off dark. I'm not dark, but dry. And so it wears just really comforting. And it's super sexy, I think. But it's a oud rose vanillic creamy kind of a combo. And so you get this very smooth oud rose experience. All right, 3 more to go. This next fragrance is a very smoky, spicy amber experience with oud, and it's fiery. It has warm spices and it also has fresh spices or cold spices. It creates this kind of like explosive experience because it becomes very, very warm and fiery. It's so super spicy, almost peppery. I think you're gonna like it if you like darker fragrances. But speaking of something not dark, this is a fruity take on peaches. Is peach still popular? It's a rainbow of colors with this one, but there's a creamy milkiness. It's almost like having cereal with fruits. Does that make sense? Do you guys ever have? It's not like when I was young, I was having like fruity cereals with a lot of milk, and then the cereal would wash off into the milk, and the milk would start tasting like the cereal. It's giving me that kind of a vibe. Fun fragrance. And then the last fragrance is a dark, resinous, ambery, musky fragrance that's got a super sexy quality about it. I mean, yeah. I think this one might have ambroxan as well. I don't think they've mentioned there's ambroxan in this, but it acts like there is. But there's a lot of different spices, earthy notes, woods, aromatics. Anyway, that's all the list of fragrances. That's 21 fragrances. And it's in the latest kit, guys. So if you haven't bought the latest kit, please do. This is going to run out ASAP. We have a few of the original Scent Club kits left as well. They're linked in the info box. I'll add links to everything. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video. Please share it and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. And I just don't want to forget to mention this. I think I already mentioned it, but just keep in mind, these are not shipping until Friday. So it'll go out Friday, just in time for the weekend. And on the weekend, I'll go over all of the fragrances with you guys again. See you later. Bye-bye.